Thursday, March 7th, 2024. Let the record show that present from the board are Jay Mancara and myself, Robert Early. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of the public minutes from the Board of Assessors meeting held on Thursday, February 1st, accept them and place them on file?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Can I get a motion to waive the reading of the non-public minutes from the Board of Assessors meeting held on Thursday, February 1st, accept them and place them on file?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays. The ayes have it. The next item on the agenda is communication. Jennifer Zins, department update.
Good morning, Board.
Good morning.
We have a few updates. The abatement period has come and gone. March 1st was the deadline. We did remarkably well. We received, I think, a total of 94, of which 70 of them were commercial. And when I say 94, it's really one owner could own 10 properties, and he's filing an abatement on all 10 properties. A lot of these are already ones that have already appealed, whether in Superior Court or BTLA from last year, and that they have to file as, kind of procedural, just so that in case they want to put a motion to consolidate. So, yes, I weigh them as an abatement because they are an abatement application has actually been filed, but I don't look at it as the same sense. And then the residential, although there was, 24, some of those were in-house corrections or administrative abatements. And for the majority of, I think we had 4 or 5 were actual abatements on assessment, or their questions on assessment, or their questions for physical or hardship or whatnot. So we did very well. So that's one thing. And now we are in exemption and credit period. We sent out, I did speak with the Director of Department of Revenue, and he knows what our procedure is. It's not one that's, under the, mandated through the RSA or whatnot, of sending communication to the elderly, disabled, or whatever the category is that they're receiving an exemption for the requal. So we do typically send out 3 letters, and then we try to make every attempt to call them. We're talking thousands and thousands of residents. We don't have the manpower for that, and we don't have the time. So I spoke with the Department of Revenue, and he said, Jen, one letter. I went further. We did send out 2 letters. That's it. Final letters went out the first of the month, Cade, first of the month, and they have until April 15th. And the first letter that went out, the traffic has not been steady at all. Last year, we looked according to our foot traffic and our phone log and our appointment schedule for the requalifying, because every year we have to qualify some bracket. And this year, it's everyone A to Z with disabled, M through Z with elderly. So that's elderly 1, 2, and 3. And we may have probably received not even a fourth of what we received last year as qualify. So there are going to be a lot of elderly people that, unfortunately, they're going to have their exemption removed. I did speak with Tim Cummings, and he is fully aware that, this is the procedure. We're following the RSA and going further to even assist these residents. And so it is what it is. The final letter went out, as I said, and it seems to be picking up a little bit, still not as much as last year's. Last year, I was literally getting in at 5 in the morning, working consistently, no lunch until after 5 or 6 at night, and we were just barely getting people that were standing in the hall for hours out the door that very day. This year, if there's one person sitting in the hallway, I'd be surprised. So I don't know what it is with the M through the Z, but just so that you know, if you do receive emails or any form of communication that they're a little disgruntled because, you know, their exemption has been removed, we have followed the RSA. We're very firm with that. We have sent out 2 forms of communication, and, you know, there's only so much we can do. So that will be that. The next thing is the EQ ratio came in, and we have not posted this because we always let the board know first. We received this, and it is, around 85.9, but right now we are waiting for a couple more pieces back with regards to the commercial. I think there was 2 that they were looking at that had some questions on it. And so we will get a final number, but it's pretty close to 85.9. So just so that you know, it's around the 85. Stick to the 85. And we will post it once we get the official letter. When they upload the letter in the portal, it's one that they call unofficial, because until they actually receive it in the mail, the snail mail, that becomes the official one, and then they'll upload the official one saying official on the letterhead. So, okay. So that's where we are right now, and that's all I have for the department.
Thank you. Any questions for Jennifer?
Just in terms of the equalization ratio, is that about what you anticipated?
Well, Jess and I ran different ways. The commercial, given the fact that COVID has come into play and did a number in 2020 and has consistently affected the commercial, meaning that a lot of the businesses are finding that they no longer need the employees working in the building. So, and a lot of commercial companies are not buying commercial buildings right now. So the sales are limited to what we have in Nashua. I'm not saying that that's across the board in New Hampshire, but in Nashua, the sales are not there for commercial. It's more residential. So we ran it individually as residential, then we ran it commercial sales. We ran it even sales up until February about? November, and then we did it again further on just to see if we were still going consistently. And we had honestly thought it was going to be between 80, you know, a little over 80, but it's coming out as 85%. So, but the commercial's coming much, much lower. So we will know a little bit more of where we're going, what direction we're going to take once we, you know, have the final letter and go from there.
Thanks.
Jen, when people, each year, the number of elderly will grow. We don't reach out to anybody who's now eligible because of they've crossed that threshold. It's up to them to realize that they're eligible and contact us.
Yes, because we don't get birth dates unless they have called us, I'm sorry, and have applied at an earlier time, whether it was from disabled to elderly. I'm so sorry. I have a cold. I apologize. And so if we don't have their birth date, we wouldn't necessarily know unless they reached out or they had applied. Again, I apologize. But when they move from the disabled to the elderly, we do move them. I'm going to ask Kate to take that question.
Yeah. It's also not as simple as just you turn to 65. There's also an income and asset requirement. So,
Oh, right.
So even we wouldn't know who would be eligible
Right,
unless they came in and told us, I think I might be eligible.
But that's a group of people that you weren't really, you don't know what the number will be year to year, right? So,
Yep. Yep.
okay.
You can probably guess, though.
Yeah, probably pretty consistent.
Right.
But going further, I will say that we have ample information out on our website. We have flyers on our counters. We have the brochures on our website as well. We have the applications, we have the guidelines, the required paperwork, the categories, and we have our contact information, whether it be assess help or actually calling or physically coming in. So the information is out there. In addition, if somebody's in that income level, I apologize, income level, and they're, I'm so sorry,
That's
and they're
okay.
receiving any assistance, that company will refer them to us.
All right, thank you. All right, the next item, we have any old business? I'm not aware of any. Jessica, do you want to do your supplemental bills? Or
Okay.
Jen, you want to do the administrative
I'm
abatements?
going to be able to finish this, yes,
Okay.
I apologize.
It's all right.
The first one is an administrative abatement, and it's due to, and we knew that these were going to be coming in, it's due to a veteran that, due to mistake or misfortune, he missed the deadline to requalify, and we are asking that to be granted.
Any questions?
No.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the abatement for the property located at 2 Cherryfield Road, I guess?
So moved?
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Next one,
And
Jennifer?
The next one is same situation, veteran missed the recall, and he has proven that it was a mistake or misfortune. So we recommend, the city recommends that you approve this.
Any questions?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the abatement for the property located at 139 Hills Ferry Road?
So
Uh,
moved?
I'll second that. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Thank
Is
you.
that it, Jennifer?
Thank you, yes,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
Save your voice.
I know, I won't disturb you anymore, I apologize.
Morning, Jessica.
Morning.
You have some supplemental abatements?
I
Not
do. So I have
abatements.
4 items for you today.
Assessments.
The first 3 are all the same issue. They're supplemental bills for mobile homes. So just a brief little background why we do this. Mobile homes are the one type of real estate that is allowed to receive a supplemental bill because they will often, it's a faster process to get them installed than constructing a different style home. So for a regular home, you would have a parcel of land that you would pay taxes on, and then if you're building, if it stretches over the course of multiple tax years, you would only be billed on however much was constructed for that year as of April 1st. So the mobile home goes in faster. There's still a process. You need a pad and hookups and stuff. So if it comes in after April 1st, was not picked up for the tax year, and goes in at some point before January 1st, the first bill they receive as a new mobile home is a supplemental bill that will come out after the December tax bills go out to everybody else. If you want to look at the chart, I'll just walk you quickly through. The formula we look at is, so we just did these, we're going out now. This is our busy time to go look at all building permits, see what the status of them are, new construction for the April 1st deadline. So when a new mobile home goes in, we go out, we measure it to get the size, the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, the flooring, does it have a shed, a deck, make sure we have everything on the property, we get it into our database, it comes out with the value. That would be the total value it was worth, say for 2023, but we're beyond 2023. So we then apply the tax rate, the 2023 tax rate to it. Say this is what the taxes would have been for 2023 for the whole year if it existed. It didn't exist the whole year, so we go by the date that it went in, and then it's taxed for 2023 from that date until this coming March 31st, because that's the end of the 2023 tax year. So we come up with the total taxes for the year, and then we divide it by 365. You get a daily rate of how many taxes per day, and then we have how many days it was actually there from the point it went in to March 31st. So that's how you come up with the supplemental bill value. So each of these three will get their own supplemental bill. We'll give this to the tax collector today. It should go out fairly soon, and they have 30 days to pay it. And this is essentially whatever their taxes would be for 2023 to clear that up. Starting in June, they just become part of the normal 2 times a year billing cycle. And then whichever ones get added during the course of 2024 would get a supplemental bill next year. So the first one we have is 8 Stanwood. And so my recommendation is to approve the supplemental bill for the property at 8 Stanwood for 2023.
So that 295,800 is just for the mobile home,
The
right?
one new home, yep.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's a big difference from what it used to be a handful of years ago.
Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental bill for the property at 8 Stanwood Drive, is that? I think it is.
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
The second one is for 16 Bangor. So the recommendation is to approve the supplemental bill for 16 Bangor for 2023.
Any questions?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental assessment for the property at 16 Bangor Street or Road for 2023?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
And the last one is the address of 2 Venus. So the recommendation is to approve the supplemental bill for 2 Venus for 2023.
Can I get a motion to approve the supplemental assessment for 2 Venus for 2023?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. You have one more, Jessica?
One more, this is a different situation. This is an administrative abatement. There was an error discovered in the late fall, early winter on the land value of this property. In fact, I had thought we had cleared it up, and I think with all the other abatements going on, I meant to present this in January, but it didn't make it. So we discovered like an incorrect formula or something was being used to calculate the land value for this property. We fixed it in December, but it was after the billing, we were closed out for 2023 billing, so they paid their 2023 bill as it was sent. And this would be an administrative abatement for the taxes they overpaid for their assessment being too high for 2023. Just a side note, in case you looked at the value and thought it might be strange, this home actually was in the process of a large renovation. So for 2023, the building value is only being valued at 50%. So I anticipate going back to this property this month to do an inspection to see if the renovations are complete or how much more complete it is, in which case their building value would increase for 2024 appropriately. But this abatement was based on their land value being too high. So we've reduced the land value, and they are due back an abatement. So I'm recommending approval of the administrative abatement for 77 Gilson Road for 2023.
Any questions, Shay?
No.
Can I get a motion to approve the administrative abatement for the property located at 77 Gilson Road for 2023?
So moved.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. That
That's
is
all
just-
for me.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
So somewhat unrelated, but do mobile homes appreciate in the same way as stick-built homes?
Depreciate?
Appreciate. Or
Appreciate.
depreciate. Yeah.
Well, they would depreciate in terms of age and condition. So, of course, these 3 that we did today are brand new. So, their neighbor might be a 1968 mobile home, but I think all three of these, there had been a previous mobile home on the site, and for whatever reason, maybe it was a fire, maybe it was just so old that when the, previous person left, the mobile home park decided it was more worth their while to remove the old one, purchase a new one, and put the new one in, because now they can, they're worth a lot more. A lot more people are moving towards trying to purchase mobile homes because their price range is still lower than others. It's gone up so high, but it's still lower than what now a single-family home might be. It's a better option for a starter home, but the new ones are getting this amount of money for the sale price. Yeah.
They're actually manufactured homes, really not mobile.
Right. They're really not mobile anymore.
Right.
Like back when the laws were created, you could sort of hitch them up to
They
a
used to only have about a 25-year life expectancy. Now it's around 50. But it's still 50 years, which a normal house wouldn't have.
Right, so it's still,
It does
it is getting
depreciate,
depreciated,
yeah.
yeah.
So we're seeing some get renovated, right? Because you could kind of go in and gut them. A lot of them used to have paneling walls and whatnot. You could take that all down, drywall, put in the vinyl plank flooring, gut the kitchen and bathrooms. And so we're seeing either that option where one stays in place but gets gutted and renovated, or an old one may get removed and a brand-new one comes on as a new home.
Thanks.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is public comment. I don't see anybody here. Comments by members of the board? Jay, do you have anything?
No.
Nor do I. As we talked about earlier, we're not going to do a non-public session because the only thing we have is the minutes from the last non-public meeting, so we'll do that at another time. I guess we can get a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. We're adjourned at 9:22.